Hello art friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa and today I'm going to be taking you along with me as I complete 4 prompts in my Create This Book 3 series by Mariah Elizabeth. So this is actually episode 4 of my series, so if you have not checked out episodes 1 through 3 and you enjoy this video, you can go check those out. I'll link them down below. And without further ado, let's get started. So for the first prompt I chose this week, I chose the prompt that says, create realism. Make a drawing as realistic as possible. So I'm going to be coloring this in using my brand new Art X acrylic marker set I got. I used to have the smaller one, but I decided to get the bigger one because I really liked them. So this is what they look like here. And today I didn't feel like drawing something boring like a still life, so I decided to draw an imaginary character and turn it into something more realistic. So I kind of adjusted the prompt a little bit. So for this, I chose the character Anxiety from the new Inside Out movie. I know this movie's been out for a while, but I just went to the movies a few days ago to go see it, and I loved the character Anxiety. I mean, she caused such a mess, but I really connected with her, so I kind of wanted to see what she would look like if she was a real person and not just an emotion. So I drew this character in 2 poses based on 2 different pictures of the Anxiety character. I tried to replicate her outfit the best I could, but I changed up her hair a little bit to make it seem like she has bad head and hasn't slept in days. I wanted her to look kind of strung out, you know? Now these Art X markers that I'm using here are literally a brand new pack of markers that I just bought because I have the smaller pack and I love it. So I figured I would get some more colors. But I'm pretty disappointed. I have like 3 markers that were totally dried out. You can kind of see how the browns are already dying on me here, and it's my first time ever using them. I'm just kind of sad because when I got the smaller pack of these markers, I didn't get any dried out ones, but I did read some of the Amazon reviews and people were saying that they were dried out, and I was like, are they telling the truth? Like, because mine aren't. But now that I bought these ones, I can tell that people were not lying. The markers literally are dried out. So I tried to dip them in like water and that did not help at all. I don't really know how to fix it. I think I just have to throw those markers out, which feels like such a waste of money, but it's like I don't want to like them so much, but I just do. They glide so nicely on the paper. It's so satisfying. So I'm not complaining that much, but I do wish that, you know, the 4 markers that were totally dried out didn't come dried out, because like, what the heck, Art X, come on. And I spent my own money on these too, so it's not like I got sent them free or something. If I got them for free, then, you know, I would be able to brush it off and be like, well, that's okay, some of the markers are dried out. But like, no, I really paid money for this. I would expect that all of the markers would work. That's kind of weird. But I did end up making a drawing that I liked using these, and I actually think I end up using them for every single prompt in this episode this week, so clearly they're not that bad. So I'm finishing up the 2 character drawings with this neon orange outline just to kind of give it a background but not actually coloring the entire background. And this is the finished drawing. This is definitely one of my favorites. For this next prompt, I chose this one that says, create a garden. Draw a beautiful garden with vegetables, flowers, and/or any other plants you like. Now, I got excited to make a cottagecore inspired drawing for this one. I chose to draw a tea party scene by using a few different photos on Pinterest and chose to make the garden a flower garden. Once again, I used my paint markers. So my tea party has a bouquet of tulips, 2 cups of tea, a pink teapot, a candle, and a 3-tiered serving tray with croissants, cupcakes, and a mini cake on top. In the background, I added some lavender plants because I felt as though they'd be easier to draw in a more loose and less detailed style, and I figured having a bit of a blurry background would help create an illusion of depth. I spent a lot of time on this one, and I think I got a little too excited over the gold marker at the end because it was so stunning, and I just started putting gold everywhere, even if it didn't make sense. It was just so pretty, and it looked so fancy, I just had to keep using it over and over again. I don't really think there's enough contrast in this picture. I think I just didn't add enough shadows to things, and there's not that much variation in lights and darks. So I mean, I don't hate this. I do think it's cute, but I think I would maybe consider drawing it again in the future. But this is what the finished drawing turned out like. For the third prompt I chose, it says, create a grocery list. Make a grocery list as if it was written by your favorite cartoon character. Now, before we talk about this one, I just want to address, yes, I know that I spelled the word floating wrong on the left page, but I did fix it before the end. I just don't notice things sometimes, like an entire missing letter in the word floating. So for this prompt, I immediately thought of the episode of SpongeBob when he buys a hat at Mr. Krabs' garage sale, and then Mr. Krabs finds out that he can get a lot of money for that hat, so he tries to scare SpongeBob into giving it back to him because it belonged to some guy named Schmitty Werben Jagerman Jensen or something.
It was his hat, Mr. Krabs! He was number one!
Ah! Barnacles!
So he sneaks into SpongeBob's house at night and tries to scare him with a ghost drawing on a fishing line, but instead it shows the shopping list on the back of the paper that the ghost is drawn on, but it equally scares SpongeBob and he yells,
Oh my gosh! A floating shopping list!
This is just one of the many SpongeBob episodes that are permanently burned into my brain. So I drew the shopping list and SpongeBob in his hat looking terrified, and then I colored the background with a dark blue, but oof, was that a bad idea, because the marker was also dried out. Woo! So I was dipping it in water, trying to see if that would help the paint flow, but it didn't. So I decided to use a different blue on the other page because I was not dealing with this anymore. I was just really happy that I had an excuse to make some SpongeBob art with this one. So I knew I was gonna like this one no matter what. And now I have a cool little SpongeBob meme inside my Create This book. Now, I was only planning on doing 3 prompts, but I was having so much fun, I decided to do a 4th prompt for this episode. So this is the last one I chose, and it says, create flaps. Cut along the bold lines on this page and then draw pictures in the boxes. Fold the flaps over the boxes and write hints about what's in the box underneath. Now, I'm just going to start off by saying this prompt is so extra for no reason, and I'm not really a fan of the pages that make you cut things out and stuff, but I did have an idea for this one. I decided to turn all of the boxes into Amazon Prime boxes that I could tape closed so they wouldn't be like flapping open inside my Create This book. The only problem was that the stupid lines that you're supposed to cut on don't even close the boxes completely. So it's not a mystery what's inside of them. So I had to do some extra cutting, and also I cut off some other parts of the page because it all just looks so messy and chaotic. I started off by measuring some pieces of washi tape to fit across the boxes, and then colored the tape all black like the Amazon tape. Next, I drew the blue and white Prime logos all over the tape with a blue paint marker and a white gel pen. This was very difficult to make neat because I had to write the word Prime so small, and then I decided for a quick second that I would try to use some colored pencils to color this in, but then I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. So I went back to my trusty paint markers, and now I know Amazon is a controversial company, but I currently have a Prime subscription because my card got charged without my knowledge. So I'm still a Prime member, and I order such random stuff sometimes. It's just so easy to be influenced by like 100 product ads every time I go on my phone when I wasn't even looking to shop in the first place. So this got me thinking about our society's obsession with overconsumption. And when I was trying to figure out what to put in the boxes, I decided to put in some honest messages about what I really tend to purchase most of the time. So the messages that are inside the boxes are something I did not need, impulse purchase, and something I don't even remember purchasing. Comment the most random thing you've ever purchased impulsively. So this is what the last prompt of the week ended up looking like. It's not my favorite of all the prompts this week, but I think I tackled it pretty creatively. So to recap, this week we created realism, we created a garden, which I accidentally covered over the entire prompt, so you can't see it. Sorry about that. We created a grocery list, and we created flaps. Thank you so much if you stayed till the end. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and check out my other arts related videos. And I will see you next week. Bye guys.